So the part that caught my attention is when you said that African American men is not supposed to date African American women. You said that it wasn't meant for us to date each other. It kind of had me thinking that maybe you was probably like, oh no, a little
How the
spicy.
fuck
I
is
just
it?
didn't understand that. So
How
if you
the
can
fuck is
help
that
me
spicy?
understand
Like,
that,
that's a new thing for you bitches.
and see, you just called me out my name, and this is what I be trying to explain because let's not. Some stuff, okay, I do get it. I get what it is you're trying to explain, but everybody is not gonna quite understand it the way that I'm understanding. And then you're kind of harsh, and I know that and you like the type of guy that you probably didn't dealt with some slow ass women, right? So when you come off the way that you come off, and no matter how educational you think you may sound, to some people who are not understanding you, they're gonna come, and this is why you get the response that you normally get. And like I told you, I get what you're trying to explain. I understand what you're saying, but help everybody understand to explain it to where it won't be so much of a misunderstanding, because I know you mean well. I've met you before, and I know that you are you're a good person, and I also know that you've been through some things which you explained to me. But like I just said, like the spicy thing, like you just called me on my name, you don't even really know me
No,
like
no,
that.
I can't. You
So
called me
I'm just
spicy. I
trying to
called you a bitch. Accountability. Like,
figure out.
fuck all that.
All right, Mr. A Block, the floor is yours. Go ahead, explain. Go ahead.
So before I explain, anything that I'm talking about, right? Did you grow up in the house with your mother and your father? Before I even get started.
No, I was raised by my mom, and my dad left. I think I was probably at the age of 3. So no, I did not grow up in the house with my mom and my dad. Your point?
Yeah, this is gonna be a long night, but I'm with all this shit, man. I'm with all of it. All right, man. And if I wanted to argue, man, I'll call my baby mom. So I'm not here to argue
Me
with you, shorty.
neither.
Like, I'm just keeping
Me
it.
neither.
Hey, you trying to get me to call you a bitch again, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna show my man strength. Let's get to it, man.
Can you just go ahead and just break it down
I'm
for them?
actually
I'm not gonna
media
cut you
trained,
off
so
no more.
do
I
what you do.
promise.
I'm not. Yeah.
Go ahead, A Block. The floor is yours.
So I'm gonna just say how how we got to this point, right? All right, this is the thing, yo. I got so many fucking posters, right? But it's funny that the only one that caught your attention was the one when I said that uh it was not meant for African American men and women to date each other, right? I actually said a lot more to make you to help you
That
understand.
actually,
So I got the posters again, right?
that actually sound gay to
I'm
me.
not putting down my shit down.
Just being honest.
So I guess once we finish doing this that we doing, you can go ahead and reiterate it to I guess the slow hoes that you may know who took what I said
Do you
into the
respect
way they
women at
wanted to make
all?
it be, because
I mean, just a little
that's what
bit.
y'all do anyway. I actually respect women at a 100%. Period. I just don't respect the B words. All right. So when I said that it was not meant for African American men and women to date each other, right? I'm gonna break it down so maybe you can understand it. Because in the beginning, like you said that you do get what I'm saying, but everybody else, but your animosity, it is a reason. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason that you chose to do this shit with me. So I
It's a
don't
reason for
know what your
everything.
plan is,
But like I
but
said, some stuff you do say, I understand.
I'm media trained and I'm cool, and I'm about to break this shit down so you can understand it, right?
I'm literally waiting on you,
When you
Ava.
think about,
Waiting on
I'ma
you.
just say, all right, I would say middle school, but I'm gonna just say high school because that's when you actually got interested into looking into like actual like sex as a kid when you growing up, right? You as a person, like I'm sure you've dated before. You said you have a daughter or whatever, so you have kids, so you have sex, right? So I want you to think about when you graduated from school, right? We all done had like school is where most of us found out true love at. The first time we felt or we thought we felt some kind of like love, right? It was in high school, right? So I want you to think about your entire life after you graduated, right? Like really, really, really think hard. Cause I'm almost guaranteed that you went through this same exact thing, right? So when you graduate, right, you become grown, and everybody that you used to seeing like every single day because you went to school, and everybody start getting grown, start spreading out, people start going to jail, people start dying, people start getting good jobs, people start moving out of the city, people start spreading around. It's like the communication goes off as you and your high school mates, y'all grow up and y'all grow apart. Some you may see still on a regular, but a lot you don't see, right? So I want you to think about when you in Walmart or you shopping or wherever you may be where you see where you can run into like a lot of people, right? And let me just say you as a girl, right? You you had homeboys in school, you had homegirls in school, you had friends, you had niggas that was your boyfriend, you had niggas that you had sex with, you had niggas that you didn't have sex with, right? So when you walking in Walmart or you shopping, right? And you run into your homeboy or somebody that you always say, "Hey, what's up, Tay," or whatever the name may be, Tay. And when you see them in high school, you like when you that's like this the actual person that you went to school with. You didn't have sex with them. Y'all didn't exchange numbers. Y'all was just like good friends in school. You see them in Walmart, y'all stop. Yeah, man. How's such and such doing? Yo, for real? Yeah. All right, baby. I love you. Hey, be safe out there. All right. All right. Cool. All right. All right. Sorry, right? So that's the guy that you went to high school with that you didn't have no sexual relationships with, no type of relationship shit, right? So I want you to compare that to the time that you ran into your ex-boyfriend or just somebody you fucked before, you had sex with, right? When you walking in Walmart, right, and you see your high school mate that you didn't have no kind of relationship with, is all love. Tell your mom and them I said what's up. Kiss your kids for me, man. Hey, tell your girlfriend that, man, I said call me sometimes, right? Versus the nigga that you had sex with, right? When you run into the person, I don't care how long it's been. I don't care if it happened in middle school, it happened in high school. When you as a grown motherfucker, period, run into somebody that you had sex with, for some reason the energy just don't be the same. So it's like, whether you want to admit it or not, I know you understand what I mean when I say the different energies from you running to a high school person that you was cool with versus the one that you fucked before. The energy always different, but for what? Why? What is the difference? What is the difference where y'all had sex when y'all was a kid, right? Y'all grown now. Why is the energy always different when you meet somebody you fucked before? It be almost like a second guess high, or I'ma only speak to him if he speak to me, or depending on how bad y'all breakup was, motherfuckers still be holding animosity from some shit that happened in high school or middle school. So I'm trying to get you to understand what I'm saying, and I'm saying this as African American couple. African American couples, where you run into your ex boyfriend, the energy don't be the same as as you run into the nigga that you never had no sexual relationships. But why?
Wow.
Did you ever
You
think of that? Why?
actually, you,
And
you
I ain't even
actually
gonna
getting
ask you,
somewhere.
have you ran into one of your ex
I
boyfriends
never
before, because
really
that's
thought
just some
about it
dumb
like
shit for me
that.
to say. And I'm not even gonna ask you how did you respond, because I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. The energy just be different. It's like, what is the difference between the high school nigga you went to school with that was just your homeboy, y'all laughed together, giggled together at lunchtime, versus the nigga that you went to school with that you actually had sex with? Why is the energy always different? So I don't know if you know, or if you ever figured this out, right? Some way around in the world, in some weird situation, some way, somehow, we are all actually family, right? So African American people, right? Men and women, right? We came from something else, right? Caucasian people, they came from somebody else. Spanish, they came from something else, right? So this is what I'm saying when I say that it's not meant for African American men and women to date each other. It's meant for African American women to date a man outside of her culture. It's meant for a man to date a woman outside of his culture. It is meant for African American men and women to be business partners, to be family, to love each other. But it's not meant for us to date each other. It's not supposed to happen. This is why you always see African American couple break up at a time when they should stay together. When you met this person and you gave this person your phone number, when y'all went out on your date, going to the movies or some shit like that, instead of putting a baby in this girl, as soon as she had a baby, y'all break up. Why didn't y'all just break up after the movies? Why would y'all break up at a time that y'all should have stayed together? Which meaning y'all can put y'all minds together and make sure this world don't suck y'all kid and dry and it's like African American people is like we are the only motherfuckers that break up at a time when we should stay together. So have you ever like thought of like why? Like you said when I asked you in the beginning, you said no. You know your mother and your father broke up when you was 3. Why? Why would they wait till they have you and then break up? What is the difference between the first time you gave this motherfucker your number, the first time y'all fucked, till having a baby, and now let's break up? It's because we wasn't supposed to date each other sexually in the first place. Because we're actual fucking family. Somewhere on the line down 17 million miles away and back, we are family. African American men and African American women, we are family. We are not supposed to date each other. This is why our energies never align. This is why we always break up at a time when we should stay together. You know, like if bills get bad and the woman even get mad at the nigga, like, man, you broke ass man, the bills, our light gonna get cut off. When that's the time you put to come together, put your head together and figure out how y'all not let these lights go off. So then one of them will leave and one of them will stay or what. It's like, but this only happened in African American couples. I got a homeboy, right? From the first time I ever met him, and I never understood when I was younger because of this programmed world of delusional ass people who raised me, right? The first time I ever met this guy, right? He only like I only seen him with a Caucasian woman. He never ever dated a black woman. He's married today to a Caucasian woman. I've never seen an African American man and a Caucasian woman break up. To make it even sound even weirder, I know an African like all right. I probably know offhand. I can think of 3 African American homeboys that I know like personally, right? They married the white woman. They don't even fuck with other girls. They just like they literally just fuck with that Caucasian woman. Why do you think that? Why do you think that? To make it even sound better, I don't actually know this African American girl, but you know, growing up in my neighborhood, I seen her and she dated this white boy. She's never ever dated a black dude. She still messed with the white dude that I seen her with from when I think what grade was this in? I was probably in the 12th. I was probably in the 12th, and she was fucking with this white boy. They actually married now. So to really get the breaking down this shit to you, like I try to dumb it down a little bit and try to tell you like some way around, some one way or another, we are family. African American people, we be family. We are not supposed to date each other. This is why this shit never work. And if it do work, there's a whole lot of hell going on in that house. Is the mother forcing herself to stay with the husband and the husband forcing himself to stay with her. It's just like suffering, pure torture. If they ain't breaking up, it's hell under that home. They forcing some shit. They probably fight every day. The nigga probably sleep in the basement or sleep on the couch, and the wife sleep. But like it be a miserable situation the entire time. Why do you think that? Why do you think that? My homeboy, like I never understood when I was young. Like, oh, this nigga always messing with white girls, and he married one. He never fucked with a black girl ever. It's because our romantic energies don't align. Our romantic energies don't align because we are the same person. We are fucking we're blood. We're relative. We family. This is why our romantic energies don't align. You either got the bitch trying to tell a nigga what to do or the nigga trying to tell a bitch what to do. But when they dating a Caucasian woman, none of that, it's like bringing something different to the table to make it naturally be spontaneous. Like if you're an African American man dating an African American woman, nothing is spontaneous about that. it's like some shit that y'all already like aware of. But when you date outside of your like for example, like the first time I ever had sex with a Spanish woman, she blew my fucking mind. She blew my mind. She blew my mind because she did some shit that never happened before because she come from a different place. She's not my family. She's Spanish. Whoever the Spanish like whoever that their creator is different. It's Caucasian people. It's Spanish, and then you got African American people. All one family. All come from one person. All come from one person. If you really put this thing together, we are all family, some way, shape, or form. So it's different people. You got the African American people who have their mother and father to which all us come from. You got the Caucasian people, whoever their mother and father may be from the beginning of their making in Spanish. So when you date outside of your race, it's pure spontaneous. You showing that Caucasian woman or that Spanish woman some shit that she never seen before and is very interesting to her. And vice versa. That Spanish woman or that Caucasian woman showing the African American man or woman some shit that they never seen before. It's spontaneous and it's worth the watch. I want to see this because I never seen it before and it's fun. It's fun because it's something different. But when you're trying to align two people that's so fucked up and damaged in the mind, so wore the fuck out. You got a wore out ass woman and you got a wore out ass man from just fighting their entire life, just fighting everything. If they wasn't fighting, they was watching fighting. They were just so you bringing all of that toxic into two people trying to combine that shit, and that shit form a nuclear weapon and it blow up every time. Why do you think that? If you go to the mall, right? Let's say you got a party or something to go to, right? When you go to the mall to buy your clothes, right? You buy your tennis shoes, right? Now you need a shirt, you need some jeans, right? So you could put the tennis shoes on your feet, right? But you want it to match so bad, but you can't buy a pair of tennis shoes and wear the tennis shoes as a shirt, right? So let's say you got some. I don't want to throw you off. All right. So I just bought some Jordans, right? So now I'm putting the Jordans on my feet. So, but I need something to match these Jordans, right? But it got to be a shirt and it got to be some jeans, right? I can't buy 3 pair of Jordans, put one on my feet, wear one as a shirt, and wear one as some jeans because tennis shoes don't go on your legs. Tennis shoes don't go on your back. Tennis shoes only go on your feet. But they all 3 of them, they match though, right? But they match, but they won't work. Even though buying the same color 3 pair of Jordans, tennis shoes, right? Even though all 3 of these tennis shoes match, I can't wear the other 2 as a shirt. I can't put a pair of tennis on my back, or I can't stick my leg in a pair of tennis shoes to wear it for my pants just because they fit on my feet. And just because they all match, they all the same. Even though they all the same, they all don't work for the same thing. I really hope you understand the way I just explained that, because I know it might sound crazy, but just let it sink in. Let it sink in. Just let it sink in. Just because the tennis shoes on your feet match the other 2 pair that you bought because they all the same color, it don't mean that you can wear all 3 of them to go out. You can't wear a pair of tennis shoes on your feet, a pair of tennis shoes on your legs, and a pair of tennis shoes on your back because it don't fit. They only fit for your feet, even though they look the same. So one more good example, so we can go ahead and end this. I'm gonna let you go ahead and give your input, right? Let's just talk about the LG community, right? Those people, right? So a woman supposed to be, I guess, either unhappy with men or don't like men. Man is unhappy with a woman, don't like women no more, so they date each other, right? So even though they both happy, they in love. The girl found the love of her life in another girl. The man found the love of his life in another woman, right? But even though that shit make them happy, they still can't do everything that you need to do to be as happy as a man and a woman would be, because 2 women can't make a baby. 2 men can't make a baby. So even though they like each other, even though they're in love, Even though that woman might have found a woman that looked like a man that she attracted to, even though the man found a man that looked like woman he attracted to, they still can't do everything to make that shit complete. Now they could do some old weird shit and make some make believe shit going on where they might can adopt the child or they can do whatever this new shit they got going on doing. But at the end of the day, in their mind, they gonna always know that this shit is not no real. This not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna work the way we want it to fully work. It's not gonna work, right? In order for it to be fully, it has to be a man and a woman. You know what I'm saying? A woman and a woman and a man can't do everything to make that thing complete. Even though they're happy, even though they're the same, it still don't work with each other in at a 100%. Now, a man and a man together can build a whole house. You know, a woman and a woman, shit, they can do each other nails or do each other hair. Like, there's a lot of things they can do as working together, not relationship. So if you can put that in the perspective of what I meant when I said African American men and women is not meant to date. It is not meant for them to date. An African American man and a woman is very, very great business partners. An African American man and a woman is very, very good friends. Like I said, if you run into that, if an African American woman run into her African American homeboy in Walmart, it's gonna be nothing but love, handshakes and hugs. You know what I'm saying? Pure straight love. You know, all right, I'm gonna call you something so we can link up and have a big ass cookout or something like that. But if you run into your ex, like if you run into an African American man run into the person that they had sex with, for some reason those thoughts never be the same. An African American woman that dated an African American nigga ain't gonna say, yo, let's link up and have a big ass cookout. Yo, let's have a big ass party. They're not gonna do that. The energy be different for some reason after sex, after trying to be in a relationship. That should be like it caused you to be enemy with somebody that you probably should have been friends with from the get go. For some reason, when you date a person, with African American man and women date each other, when it don't work out, they instantly become enemies. Why? Because it wasn't supposed to happen in the first place. They were supposed to get together and start a business. They was, you know what I'm saying, an African American woman and man supposed to get together and start their own Walmart. We would have our own Walmart right now if we understood exactly what it is that I'm saying. Being in a romantic relationship fucked that up for African American men and an African American woman and an African American man for some reason. For some reason, when they become intimate with each other, for some reason, when they make a baby with each other, for some reason, when they have a wedding and get married with each other, for some reason, when they do anything that got to do with some romantic shit together, that should make them enemy. That should make them enemy. But why? That should make them hate each other. Why? My mother and father, they not enemy, but when they come around each other, that energy is thrown off. Why? Why wasn't the energy thrown off before y'all laid down and made me? Why would y'all lay down and make me when y'all knew if y'all didn't have that feeling in y'all mind that y'all was gonna be together to the end of time? Why would y'all lay down and have me? Why would y'all do that? What sense did that make? Why didn't y'all break up before me? Why would y'all break up at a time that y'all should stay together to keep me sane? Why? Because an African American man and an African American woman is not supposed to date each other. Because somewhere down the line, we are family, we are the same. Like I explained to y'all, you can put a pair of tennis shoes on your feet, but you can't put the same tennis shoes on as a shirt. You can't wear the tennis shoes as a pair of jeans because it don't work. It don't fit together. You gotta actually buy some jeans. You gotta actually buy a t-shirt so that motherfucking outfit can be complete. Even though you bought 3 pair of tennis shoes that look the same, you still can't make them work the same to complete your outfit. Because you can't wear tennis shoes as some jeans. Just put it in the same perspective like I told you in the beginning. African American woman and a man is the same. They both been through the same type of trauma. That's trauma on top of trauma, and then trying to bring that shit together and try to create something beautiful. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's meant for, but I'm seeing the best relationships with an African American man and a woman as business partners. I'm talking about built some shit that's a billionaire company together. Because that's how it's meant to go with African American people. Romantically, an African American man or woman need to find a Caucasian husband or a Caucasian wife, or a Spanish wife or a Spanish husband, or a Chinese wife or a Chinese husband. Romantically, that align. Romantically, that work. African American man and woman is not meant to date each other, and that's why I felt like that. That's why I came up with that. When you start analyzing life and you start, observing things that you really never paid attention to as you was growing up, you start to try to make sense of a lot of shit. These two people were so in love until they made this baby. Why? Where did the love go? Where did the love go? Why did y'all wait until y'all made a baby for that to happen? What sense did that make? Why did y'all wait until y'all have a whole big ass wedding? Go through all the bullshit you gotta go through, all the paper signing, all the court shit, why would y'all go through all of that just to get a divorce? Why didn't y'all divorce each other before y'all went through all that paperwork? Before y'all made those kids? If it was an African American man and a Caucasian woman, they'd be together to the end of time. This is documented. You can Google it. Google how many interracial companies, Google how many interracial couples have got a divorce, and you give me that number. I want you to Google that, Miss Lady. I want you to Google that. How many Caucasian couples have divorced? How many African American couples got a divorce within these last 20 years? If you see the number, you're going to see, it's going to be unbelievable. Very unbelievable. But then it'll reiterate you back to this, where I'm telling you, African American man is not supposed to date an African American woman and vice versa. Only business partners will work. Did you ever see Kamala Harris' husband? Let me break this down to you, right? So when an African American, melanin man, when we date, a Caucasian woman, right, or a Spanish woman, or a Chinese woman, right, before they date us, right, they ride through our neighborhoods and they tell themselves that I will never in my life step foot out my car in these neighborhoods, right? But then they run into the love of their life, that African American man, or vice versa, that African American woman, right? And I'm gonna just say Caucasian woman, right? So all her thoughts that she had when she used to ride, through the projects, through the worst parts of the, of the neighborhood that got bars on every corners, and she told herself she would never ever get out her car, or he said he would never get out his car, right? And then they end up dating somebody that come from that, right? And then when they dating somebody that come from that, eventually, one way or another, they got to get out the car to go to the store or anything like that. And when they hop out their car and they see the power and the love that, damn, this person that's riding next to me, got enough protection for me to actually do something that I said I would never do. I actually got out of my car, walked into the store, didn't get robbed, didn't get beat up, nothing happened to me. Damn. And that's spontaneous to a Caucasian person, right? So let's just say vice versa. Kamala, position of power. The white face can put the African American face in the White House, some way or another. It ain't gotta always be a president. But just understand just the parts that we need to get into, the parts that they need to get into, that two African American people can't get into. They both slave mentality up. You know, even though it was never no such thing as no fucking slavery, but they're both slave mentality up. The people that raised them was slave mentality up. The people before them was slave mentality up. Grandma at the grandma at the grandma at the great grandma. So it's just like, so when you combine two things that's different to make something big happen, you know, it's you gotta understand what I'm saying here. Like, there's no other way that no African American woman would have been able to get in the chair that Kamala was able to get into to even try to be president as an African American woman. You don't understand what I'm saying? So her position makes it where he can walk through the hood and get love. Yeah, that's the brown queen Kamala husband right there. Yeah, salute homeboys. He'd probably get love in the hood because of her, and she was able to get her ass in the White House because of him. That guy, like, you gotta understand what I'm saying here. Two different minds, two different areas, two different, just pure spontaneous. You know, her being able to have him walk through the worst neighborhoods is an attraction to him. Him having enough power to get her somebody that look like her, come from where she come from, and you know what I'm saying, for her to be able to even stand up to Trump, come from the power of her husband. So it's like presidential rights in both situations, because him being able to walk through the hood and get real love for even putting her in position to be able to try to see if she can run for president. That's just straight love from the African American community. They instantly love her husband because of that. You understand what I'm saying?
I actually hate you because you really just made a lot of sense. I just gotta give him credit when it's due. I really, really, really hate you. But you made a lot of sense.
Got more love, got more respect than Obama and his wife. Like, people was mad that she didn't win. People was mad when Obama won. Even African American men was mad when Obama won. You get what I'm saying? You remember the recording that they caught from I forgot that guy's name. He supposed to be a black activist or something, but they caught him on camera like cussing, like saying bad things about Obama. You know what I'm saying? We don't even like each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's already a natural thing inside of us that we don't even like each other, man. But the only thing that makes African American people happy is fucking money. So this is why I say we make great business partners together, not being in romantic situations with each other. This shit'll never work. It just don't work. And if it's working, it's being forced.
I want to report my vehicle stolen.